Welcome back, everyone, to another installment of my Let's Sit and Watch Kevin talk about Joni's discography situation. This is the Hejira album, which the pronunciation of the album is as controversial as anything else, frankly. I say Hejira, I've always said that. I believe it's pronounced Hejira. That's the pronunciation that it should be said. But I'm going to give you New Jersey realness and just say Hejira. I'm giving you a J just for fun. Anybody who knows it's her masterpiece. Okay? It's one of the most amazing albums ever written. Okay? Her lyrics match with her musicality so perfectly. And she gave herself room, she gave herself freedom, space, as much as she wanted. Some of these songs are several minutes long, and you want them to be, frankly. So it starts off with Coyote, which is, see, look, the song for Sharon is 8 minutes and 30 seconds, but everythh else is at least 4 or 5 minutes, 6 minutes. There's no, like, quickies on this album. Coyote's one of her best openers on all of her albums. It's a story of her and Sam Shepard, who she met on the Rolling Thunder Review. A lot of these songs, or some of these songs, were written on the Rolling Thunder Review, which was with Bob Dylan and several other artists, and she joined sort of halfway through, which is kind of cool. But she met Sam Shepard, the famous writer and playwright. I read True West in college. That was really good. And, you know, like she says here, you just picked up a hitcher, you know, meaning like along the way, it's how it happens, you know. But this is about an archetypical man, okay? And to me, Coyote represents that guy that will give you just a little bit, or just not even a little bit, a lot sometimes, enough to make you fall in love. And then just other days be like, who are you? I have no idea who you are. It's a very interesting kind of person. And if you know them, Coyote is a great way to describe them because they're adorable and they're whatever, but they're dangerous and they'll bite your face off if you let them. Now, these lyrics are so sparse. I mean, not sparse, like long. I mean, it's just, it fits so perfectly with the, look at the album, the sleeve, the inner sleeve. It's so fabulous. A little ADD right now, but you know, hey, go with it. The album cover, you can see the road. Travel is a theme here. You know, we're going to hear that a lot. Because she wrote this album while traveling. Either while she was on the Rolling Thunder Review or on this road trip she took from, I believe it was Florida back to California. Oh no, it was like that Route 10 Gulf Route cross-country trip. So a lot of these songs have themes of travel and being alone, and it's pretty interesting stuff. I notice on these videos I'm always looking this way. It's because I'm looking at the lyrics to the album. So what I should do is just keep it like this, but no, I'm just not. Anyway. So far, I want to say thank you for everyone who keeps watching these. I'm having a lot of fun doing them. The more people that watch them, though, the more self-conscious I get. I'm like, oh my God, people are actually watching. My favorite thing is strangers. Hi, strangers. People don't know me. That's fabulous. This lady wrote a comment on one of my other videos, I think, for Court and Spark. I was like, that is a very nice stranger comment. Anyway, so he picks up my scent on his fingers while he's watching the waitress's legs. Is maybe her most racy line, but it's to the point. Like, in other words, you had your fingers up in me a couple hours ago, and now you're staring at this waitress. Like, bro, come on, show me some respect. Here's the thing: as much as I like to sort of skim through these albums when I do these little videos. It's so hard to do that with Hejira, even though these songs are so long, because the this flame, you put her in this Eskimo, in this hitcher, in this prisoner of the fine white lines of the freeway. Now, some people say white lines here are a metaphor for cocaine, and at the time she was dabbling. You can tell these songs are very long, and anybody who knows it, sometimes things of that nature make you wordy. Okay, just leave it at that. And she sure is. The bass you hear is Jaco Pastorius, who is all over this album. Bobby Hall is on percussions too, who was an amazing woman and played with many, many musicians. But I love her work with Joni. She's on a lot of Joni's albums, actually, which is pretty cool. An unsung person, frankly, in the music industry. The next song is Amelia, which is about Amelia Earhart. I recently have some personal feelings about this song. I'm going to leave it at that, but I've always been connected to this song on a personal level. It's crazy. I remember when my mom passed away, I listened to this song like over and over again because her middle name at confirmation was Amelia, which I loved. And then when I saw the song, they sort of correlated. And the idea of it being a false alarm, I would often hope those things were true. Anyway, self-therapy plug. So, it was the hexagram of the heavens, it was the strings of my guitar. The hexagram of the heavens apparently refers to the I Ching, which is pretty interesting. I don't really know about that. My friend Sue is into that. I want to learn more about that. The more I learn about it. So, this song is absolutely gorgeous. The way it sounds, what she talks about, the drone of flying engines, the song so wild and blue, it scrambles time and seasons if it gets through to you. Then your life becomes a travelogue of picture postcard charms. Amelia, it was just a false alarm. It's perfect. Now, I have an old journal from when I first met Joni, quote unquote, and I wrote in it the line, people will tell you where they've gone, they'll tell you where to go, but till you get there yourself, you never really know. It's just one of her best lines in any of her songs. Also, I spoke earlier about something personal that happened. This is my friend Amelia died this year. And the line, like Icarus ascending on beautiful, foolish arms, will always make me think of Amelia. So, love you, girl. Before we get too crazy here, we're going to go to Furry Sings the Blues, which is about blues singer Furry Lewis, I believe his name is. Anything else, this is not a Joni tutorial, honey. Please check me, okay? Although I'm pretty good, I still want to be checked. So, this is a song on this album that has grown on me over the years. In the beginning, I thought it was kind of snarky and mean, frankly. I think less of that now. I just didn't like sort of where it was coming from. It never grabbed me. But then through my Joni fandom and through my other Joni friends, they made me read the lyrics like poetry, and I really respond much better to it that way. I just almost feel bad for Furry. And, I think Joni wrote this when she was in her 30s. And I think she appreciates the poetry of the song. But I think some of it, the thing that I'm getting choked up saying this because I don't want to say this out loud because I don't want anybody to get sore with me about this. But in many ways, I equate Joni now to how Furry was then, and I hope she feels a little more what's the word I'm looking for? Sympathy for Furry now that she's an elderly person herself. Just saying. Anyway, oh wow, I put that out there in the universe. But it's the truth. Sorry, that's just what I like. I like that truth. A Strange Boy. Talk about a song that if you just close your eyes, you can picture the entire story. Okay? It includes one of my favorite. During a fight, she screams at this guy, "Grow up," to him. And he says, "Well, give me good one reason why. One good reason why." It's like, wow. Touche, honey, touche. You see the boy on the yellow skateboard through the sidewalk traffic, and it's beautiful. It's languid. It's just Joni Larry Carlton, who's amazing as well, and again Bobby Hall. You hear her percussion on the song, like it's like a duet. It's perfect. What a strange boy. He still lives with his family. Even the war in the Navy couldn't bring him to maturity. Oh well. He keeps her referring back to school days and clinging to his child. That's psycho talk. Inner child, all that fun stuff. The next song on the album is, it's like a masterpiece within a masterpiece, because the whole album is a masterpiece. But the title track is kind of a perfect mix. It's Jocko, talk about a duet. It's Jocko and Joni, Bobby Hall, Abe Most on clarinet. But it's just Joni. To me, Joni and Jocko really play off each other so beautifully here. And Joni's lyrics: "I'm traveling in some vehicle, I'm sitting in some cafe, a defector from the petty wars that shell-shock love away. There's comfort in melancholy when there's no need to explain. It's just as natural as the weather in this moody sky today." I mean, I'm filming this in early December, or early mid-December, and it's been pretty moody lately, and it's very Hejira-y weather, let me tell you. In our possessive coupling, so much cannot be expressed. So now I am returning to myself these things that you and I suppressed. I see something of myself in everyone, just at this moment of the world. As snow gathers like bolts of lace, waltzing on a ballroom, girl. Oh my God. Oh, come on, Johnny. Thank you, girl. Thank you for giving us this amazing, amazing poetry, this beautiful music. Do yourself a favor. If you like wine, if you're a sober person, close your eyes, listen to this. If you smoke a little bit, listen to this, have a little glass of wine. This is real stuff here, and it's deep, which is fantastic. I just want to while I looked at the granite markers, these tributes to finality, to eternity, and I look at myself here, chicken scratching for my immortality. Oh my God. Hejira is an amazing song, followed by another amazing song that the idea about Song for Sharon is marriage and weddings, and that's what she's musing on here. And I'll be 47 this summer, and I'm not married, and I may have gotten married back in the day. What a horrible thing that would have been. Almost like thank God we weren't allowed to at the time. So Song for Sharon is a story song. If you go on YouTube and look up, there's a lyric video or like a drawing video that this guy did, or this person did. It's amazing. And I wish that this person would draw more of Joni's songs, because they do such a good job. But the Song for Sharon one is absolutely perfect. She talks a lot about the push and pull of wanting to be free and wanting to be married. That's a recurring theme in her music a lot, which, I feel it too, I really do, They can balance and they can climb like their fathers before them. They'll walk the girders of the Manhattan skyline. That's a little bit of weird history that people may not know about, but they walk the girders there used to be this, I don't know if it was a real thing or whatever it was, but back in the day they would hire Native Americans to work on the tall buildings, apparently because they didn't have fear of the heights. Was this an urban legend? Is this a real thing? Let's look into that. But that's what she's referring to here. So I'm not saying it's true or not, but I'm just saying that that's what that line refers to. So I can keep my cool at poker, but I'm a fool when love's at stake. Honey, me too. Because I can't conceal emotion. What I'm feeling's always written on my face. Oh God, just say it, girl. There's a gypsy down on Bleecker Street. I went in to see her as a kind of joke, and she lit a candle for my love luck, and $18 went up in smoke. It would probably be about $50 nowadays. So like everyone's like, I don't know. It's just a very. I'm gonna go to the next song. Just because it's Black Crow is her rocker. But it's also a very. It's a deep lyric song in like a jazzy, funky kind of like. Black and ragged, tree to tree. He's black as a highway that's leading me. Now he's diving down to pick up on something shiny. Oh man, this is a great song to be in a car with or like moving. It's a very mobile. Black Crow flying. Stating the obvious. The interesting thing about I'm skipping. I don't want this to be like a 30-minute video, but. And why not? I might come back and do deeper dives on these albums. I don't know yet, but for now, between like 20 minutes to 30 minutes the most. Because anybody who knows this album knows that you could talk about it forever. And you can talk about every line. You can literally pick apart every line bit by bit, which is pretty awesome. Now, the next song I may lean into a little... With a blue bedspread, I got the blues inside and outside my head. Will you still love me when I call you up when I'm down? I mean, it's really like a perfect tete-a-tete, She's away, but she's thinking about this guy. I think they say it's about John Guerin or whatever the character is. I know who it is about to me. And it's so interesting how this stuff works, where one of my favorite lines here, though, is, I know you got all those pretty girls coming on, hanging on your boom boom pachyderm. So whoever it is, he's hung, honey. God bless. Right here. It's so good. It's so weird that somebody like Joni, who's like one of the most beautiful, talented women in the world, still has these insecurities about other women and whatever. Let's look at the inside cover of her. I should have put this up when Black Crow is on, but look how cool she looks. She's skating. It's a fabulous situation. The back, see the bride motif. And I always looked at like he's like dancing around her, like skating around her and the marriage and what could be, Very interesting stuff. So the way this album ends, this song is just fantastic. This whole album, literally, there's not a dull moment on it. The album closes with a song called Refuge of the Roads, which, it says Refuge in the Roads. Interesting. Well, let's look at that. See, it says Refuge in the Roads. Okay. I only know this song is Refuge of the Roads. Wow, we're learning something here. This pressing is interesting too. It's embossed here. Could this be like an original copy? I have no idea. Doesn't really matter, but it says copyright 76. Anyway, I met a friend of spirit, he drank and womanized, and I sat before his sanity I was holding back from crying. He saw my complications and he mirrored me back simplified, and we laughed how our perfection would always be denied. Heart and humor and humility, he said, will lighten up your heavy load. I left him then for the refuge of the roads. It's absolutely one of her most beautiful songs. I'm going to listen to the whole thing because I was like this. I fell in with some drifters, cast upon a beach town, wind Dixie cold cuts and highway hand-me-downs. And I wound up fixing dinner for them in Boston Gym. I well up with affection, thinking back down the roads to them. The nets were overflowing in the Gulf of Mexico. They were overflowing in the refuge of the roads. Interesting. I well up with affection, thinking back down the roads to then, with an N. I sometimes often think them, like Boston Jim and the guys. You know, interesting. Or I think of my own friends, honestly. They will overflow in the refuge of the road. There was spring along the ditches, there were good times in the cities. Oh, radiant happiness, it was also light and easy. Till I started analyzing and I brought on my old ways. A thunderhead of judgment was gathering in my days. It was all so light and easy till I started analyzing. Brought on my own ways. Thunderhead of judgment was gathering in my gaze. And it made most people nervous. They just didn't want to know what I was doing in the refuge of the roads. I sang what I was doing. What I was doing or what I was saying, you know. I am not rewriting Joni, sorry. Yeah, that's Tom Scott. Nice. Chuck Finley. Let's see, recorded at AM Studios in Hollywood. Go ahead on it. Henry Inspirational Louie. I love that. Her and Henry Louie, what a team. They created such music together. Like a wheel of fortune, I heard my fate turn, turn, turn. And I was running down the white sand road. I was running like a white-ass deer, running to lose the blues to the innocent in here. Now, this next couplet, I think of this every time the clouds are like, these are the clouds of Michelangelo, muscular with gods and sun gold, shine on your witness in the refuge of the roads. And the way she ends the album with this last couplet, in a highway service station over the month of June calendar was a photograph of the earth taken coming back from the moon. And you couldn't see a city on that marble bowling ball, or a forest, or a highway, or me here least of all. You couldn't see these cold water restrooms, or this baggage overload, westbound and roaring, taking refuge in the roads. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you.